But first, we begin here the standoff over President Trump's proposed takeover of Greenland, really taking center stage at the World Economic Forum this week. The president may be headed into the lion's den later tonight as he travels to Switzerland. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the relationship with Europe, though, has never been stronger, even as the president doubles down on his threat to tariff European allies until the U.S. gets the world's largest island. And it has EU leaders scrambling to plan their next moves. NewsNation's Libbey Dean is live for us at the White House this morning. Libbey, huge trip ahead here. What are we expecting when he lands in Switzerland?
Good morning, Markie. A busy couple of days for President Trump, and those rising tensions between the U.S. and its European allies, though, that will be a major focus of President Trump's trip. President Trump not backing down on that push to take over Greenland overnight as he returned from the college football national championship.
Look, we have to have it. They have to have this done. They can't protect it. Denmark, they're wonderful people. And I know the leaders are very good people, but they don't even go there. So we'll be talking about it with the various people.
The president likely to hear opposition from allies as he meets with them during this trip, and he's refusing to say whether he will use force to take Greenland. And those differences between the U.S. and European countries, they escalated after the president threatened to put a 10% tariff on goods from 8 different allies, the ones you're looking at on your screen, which have sent those forces and military hardware in the last few days to Greenland to show that solidarity. Now, when asked if he would follow through on his tariff threat, Trump responded, quote, "I will 100%. And House Speaker Mike Johnson, he was addressing UK's parliament today, and he said the U.S. will continue to work through these differences calmly. And then the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent telling America's trade partners to take a deep breath this morning in Davos, Switzerland.
Sit back, relax. I am confident that the leaders will not escalate and that this will work out in a manner that ends up in a very good place for all, for national security, for the U.S. and for Europe.
Meanwhile, the president of the European Union meeting with a bipartisan group of U.S. senators, later posting, quote, "I also addressed the need to unequivocally respect the sovereignty of Greenland and of the Kingdom of Denmark," adding tariffs run counter to these shared interests. The 27 EU heads of state are expected to meet on Thursday to further discuss Greenland and then, of course, the possible U.S. actions as President Trump weighs that. And Europe could decide to impose more than $100 billion in retaliatory tariffs against the United States. And also, Markie, the U.S. just announcing that it will station more aircrafts at that American base on Greenland to bolster the U.S. presence there in the region.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.